right, welcome to Real Estate vs. Technology. I'm your host, Norman Kinsey. We have your co-host, Mr. Dan Gandy. Welcome, Dan.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, and we have the one and only, look at this guy's technology.
Welcome to Real Estate vs. Technology, where you'll get the inside scoop from top producing real estate professionals all around the country, best practices, techniques, and learn about what technology they're using to drive to ensure their success in this world we call real estate.
Sam, welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Love your show, too.
Hey, man, thanks so much. We appreciate it. And you're the first person to be at our new filming studio, working on doing some things to really be able to take the quality up. So the show's all about you, your business. Want to get into your business a bit more. So what areas do you serve? How long you been in the business? And what made you get into the business? They all kind of go together.
Okay. Basically, area I serve is metropolitan Detroit area in Michigan. I always say wherever my car can go, that's where I go. And working with EXP, I mean, I've got agents that I collaborate with throughout the country too as well. So getting into the business, obviously I got into the business because I taught for 10 years, got a master's in leadership administration, can become an administrator if I want, but I kind of got sick of waiting for a paycheck, week after week and counting and waiting for money. So I figured, you know what, there must be another option. And real estate was the option. Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you. More control. Who doesn't like control?
Definitely. I'm able to actually, make what I need doing real estate instead of wait for somebody to pay me.
So
Awesome.
true. So true.
And in terms of production, where your business at right now in terms of, are you working with buyers and sellers? How many sides are you doing? Why don't you give us a little rundown there?
So I've got more buyers than sellers right now, which is unfortunate because I'd rather have sellers. But, there's a lot of competition out there. As far as what I'm making right now, literally, I've only been in the business for 5 years. It's picking up and I'm doing it full force, full time. So I'm expecting between 2.5 million this year, hopefully.
Nice.
Nice.
And, hopefully it gets bigger. I've got bigger plans and bigger things coming soon.
That's
great.
Awesome. That's great. Love it.
And then in terms of, why don't you break us down any of your top picks in terms of technology that you integrate into your business to make you more effective and efficient, as well as close more deals?
Okay, so normally I've been looking forward to doing prospecting, but I just don't have the time right now. Because of the social media aspect of it. Basically, I'm on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google Business. So I utilize as much social media as possible, and that's where I get 95% of most of my business. Not in addition to referrals and stuff like that. I'm more of a tech-savvy guy. I'm always on Instagram. I like technology, and I'm myself. But in addition to that, I also used to, before COVID-19, I used to go out to coffee shops, Starbucks, Big B, introduce myself, talk to people, and put myself out there. So I get the best of both worlds, basically, if you think about it. Go meet people, introduce myself, and then, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Love it.
Nice. Nice. Is there any, I was going to say, how do those leads come in typically? Is it just forming new relationships? Is it videos that you're shooting? Like, what's magnetizing people to you so you can close more deals?
Basically, what's magnetizing is being able to connect with people. So a lot of times, there's a reason why they call it social media. They call it social media. It's not for me to post a listing every single time. Yeah. You want to connect with that prospective buyer or seller, and you want to find that connection to where you can start communicating and talking with them just to strike up that conversation. So a lot of times, I'm on social media, I'm cutting my grass so communicating with people, just things that I do. If you take a look and you see my posts, it's not all about houses. It's about what I do on a day-to-day basis. And, I'm going to say this, I've had other agents come up to me and say, hey, Sam, why are you showing that your windshield is shattered and you were in Detroit showing a house? People are going to think that you're like bad luck or something. I'm like, listen, it is what it is. There's the good, the bad, the ugly. And I want people to know me and see what I go through on a day-to-day basis. It's called social media. I'm not going to hide what I'm doing. I'm for real. This is my life. You either like it or you don't. You know, that's just how it works. But social media is just so powerful because that allows you to connect with your clients, and it's working. I mean, I don't go out for business. They come to me when they want to buy or sell.
Agents should hear that, because what we've seen in the industry for so long is that people are nervous to do cold calling, or they're nervous to do door knocking, or even networking events. They're nervous to do that. But social media is one of those things where you can hide behind your phone, and you shouldn't even be nervous. Just share what you're doing and communicate and collaborate. And next thing you know, as you said, they'll come to you.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, I mean, honestly, you're going to have two different people out there. You're going to have individuals that are either going to like you and follow you, or they're not going to like you and unfollow you. And you're going to have those people in the middle that, you know what, they don't care. So I always say, you know, when I first started if you look at my previous videos going forward, I was nervous. But you know what? You get used to it. And then you realize that positive feedback that you're getting from other individuals, and that's your drive to move forward, you know? So it gives me that like energy. If I show you all the positive feedback that I get, and the motivational, you know, people are saying I'm motivating them. I'm always happy. I'm smiling. I don't like any negativity. I just try to keep it positive. You get that feedback from people. It makes you feel good. You know, you're doing something right.
It's awesome.
so true. So true. I remember you were doing a video and you got me when you're like filming in your car. It's in the morning, and next thing you know, you like take a right and go between two giant trees. I'm like, what the hell? Where's this guy going? And you like drive through the trees. You're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go this way. I'm just driving on my lawn. It was just super random, but like that's not normal. Like you're not supposed to drive on your lawn or like in between two trees. Like I'm like, you off road? What are you doing? But it was cool. It got my attention.
Yeah.
So fantastic. Now we have a better understanding of some techniques, technology, what you're doing, transparency. So give us some context as far as you've been in the business 5 years. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Man, sky's the limit really in real estate. You know, I have the drive, I have the potential. I'm working on, you know, making my own team with buyers agents, sellers agents. So I need those additional resources. So that's my objective, my goal. So being able to make that team, because the social media, it really, honestly, it's a full-time job, you know, unless you have somebody out there doing things for you, communicating, because you have to keep that communication out there. So basically my goal is to try to form or set up a team where I can get that extra support so I can do what I do best, which is, you know, technology and you know, go from there.
Love it. That's awesome. So we're getting close to the end of the show. Before we wrap things up, we have some more questions for you. I know Dan has one that he would love to ask you.
Yeah, my favorite question. I like to always, our listeners or viewers have probably heard this a million times, but what's the golden nugget of advice you could give to somebody who just walked out of getting their license and getting into the real estate game?
Real estate is a tough game to get into. You have to think positive. You're not going to be productive. You're not going to make a ton of money right away. It took me 4 to 5 years to get to where I am. And I always compare it to basically a plant. You know, you're going to go ahead, and when you plant something, you're going to plant it. You're going to put the seed in, put the plant in, water it. Roots are going to grow, and eventually it's going to grow. So real estate is exactly the same way. If you take care of it, it's eventually going to grow and flourish over time. You don't get anything right away. You don't cut corners, because if you do, it's just going to be more difficult. Do it right, stick with it, and you will definitely get there. You know, your tree's going to grow. Your sense of I'm trying to think of what I can say pertaining to that. Like, your clientele is going to grow, and it's going to expand, and your referral base they're just going to keep referring and referring. So your tree is just going to expand, and you're going to get busy. So you just have to be able to be patient. Be patient, put the hard work. You'll get there, definitely, for sure.
I love that. I love that. So we're here, just one little branch growing off your tree.
That's how it works. I mean, you're helping me out. I'm helping you out. I mean, it's just it's connections. You know, being able to collaborate, communicate with people. You know, you do that, and people like you and like your work and see what you do. You know, it makes you feel good. It makes them feel good, and then they refer. You know, Just keep doing what you're doing. Just avoid the naysayers, and stay around positive people. Listen to like positive motivational people. I listen to Les Brown. That's my motivation right there.
Love it.
You know, he keeps me going. Love his stuff. He's funny too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So a couple last questions for you. So any books that you would recommend for someone to pick up for them to help them through their journey?
This is one.
All right.
It's Dead Poor Dad. Okay. I love this book. Explains to you basically the whole process of making money and investing. I really like this book, but one of my all-time favorites, I've read this book almost 7 times.
Wow.
This book changed my life, okay? Changed my life, and it helped me get things from people utilizing these strategies, okay? How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Yeah.
Carnegie. This is, I mean, this is my secret to success, honestly. I know I have the drive, but this right here, it's a powerful book, man. Powerful book. I love it.
That's awesome.
You know, this is why you see me smile all the time. It makes the biggest difference, and that's one thing that they say in here. You know, a smile, not a fake one, a true one, genuine one. You know, it works.
That's so cool. That's awesome. And I like how you have like the actual paper book copies, not just.
Girl, it's here. I can take this with me, by the way. It's in the office and it's at home. I've got a copy at home too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So now we're at the end of the show where, you know, projects, something you're working on for the listeners and viewers out there, what would you like them to take from you closing out the episode?
Well, I'm looking forward to my nice rap song coming soon. So I've got that. That's a work in progress. I got the police officers and all this other stuff. So Bazzy sells commercial kind of. Technology, I'm going to hit it harder. You know, I'm going to spend more time and, you know, like I said, form a team. I think I've got a pretty bright future in this field. You know, being in it 5 years and seeing the potential of it growing. I've got a lot of big things on my mind.
That's huge.
Coming soon. And everybody just needs to know, listen, Bazzy sells. That's it. That's all you got to say. Bazzy sells. It'll be all right.
Yeah. That's so true. That's so true. I love that. And I love how you're pushing technology, and you're definitely someone to follow. So hopefully all the listeners out there can just follow you, check you out. What's your handle? And I'll make sure to put it below too as well.
I'm sorry, you got cut off. What was that?
What's your handle for Instagram?
Oh, Instagram. Sam Bazzy 1. SAMBAZZY, the number 1.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, Dan, thank you so much for co-hosting today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good to hear you.
And then Sam, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate it. I know it's been kind of hectic. We're trying to schedule something and then times and this and that. And then you're like, dude, I'm busier than I've ever been. I'm so sorry. And we stuck it out. And then thanks so much for the shout out and that post yesterday. We really do appreciate it on the Liftoff Agent side. And we can't wait to air this episode. And for the listeners and viewers out there, we hope you took something from today's episode you can apply to your business to have more massive success. So until the next one.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you found value and took something you can apply to your business today. Be sure to join our community on Facebook, Real Estate vs. Technology, all spelled out. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would appreciate it. It's Real Estate Tech. And of course, if you or someone else you know would like to be a part of our show, just go ahead and send us an email. It's reversetechtalk@gmail.com, and we'll see you next week.